morning, Elite, and welcome to your favorite Saturday morning show right here on Elite POV. My name is Kyle Masters. I'm producer Kyle and also host Kyle here on our Saturday morning show, joined by my collective panel here. We'll start off first with the man to my, and if you're looking at the camera to my left, that is Costin.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
I'm muted.
You're not muted. No, I made sure that you guys aren't muted.
I'm here now.
Yeah. God, man, what a shit way to start today's show.
That's okay.
Listen, it's the beauty of technology, all right?
Yeah.
What a shit way to start. Anyways,
Beauty
that
going live.
man you just heard, that is Phil Cataldo. Phil, how's it going today?
Hey, we repping kind of funny today. We doing big things.
All right, that's big. It's great. What is kind of funny? I don't remember.
It's a video game / pop culture podcast company website.
Well.
And much condolences to them. I think they lost.
Yeah, they
very well-known animal recently.
Yeah, so they had like one of the founders, Greg Miller. He had a dog named Porty who was like their unofficial mascot, like a member of the family, and he was very old dog. He was like over 15. So it was surprised that he lived that long, but yeah, he died this week, which sucks because we knew it was coming. We just didn't know when.
Yeah, condolences to them. It's sad, but again, really good life. Like that's
yeah.
That was the most important part.
They're awesome. If you guys are into video games or if you're like everybody else in the world, you're into pop culture stuff, kindoffunny.com or Kind of Funny on YouTube. They do a lot of great stuff. I base a lot of the stuff that we do off of stuff that they do because I think it's pretty cool.
Well, you're kind of funny, so
I'm a kind of funny best friend. That's what they call their fans.
And last but certainly not least,
Can we before you introduce Jackie, can we call our fans the cookies?
we had the live cookies in the chat. But that is the draw, Jackie Rodriguez.
It's mad R's.
I know. He rolls them like better than I can. Good morning,
That's right,
everybody.
damn right.
It is. It's a rough morning, so it's apropos, as we like to use that word, that the show would start off on a note like this. But man,
how dare you say that word?
Rough
blasphemy.
rough
That's banned.
night, rough morning.
It's a banned word here.
That
Coffee
word is
time.
way too big for me.
I know. I was gonna
here
say,
we
I'm
go.
like, I feel like I need to wear something fancier now.
Jackie,
What the
you're
hell?
using a lot of big words right now, Jackie. I'm gonna take those as
I'm gonna take that as disrespect.
Rodriguez.
But yeah, this coffee is much needed this morning.
But shout out to everyone in the chat. We see you guys all there. Adam, Nate, Maggie. How's it going, Maggie? We all see
All the
Mama
way from Bulgaria.
from Bulgaria. That's right. The Bulgarian brute,
Damn.
Maggie.
Wade, we already did
She's
that.
a
We already let
beautiful brute.
Jackie talk about FTR on Wednesday's show. On Thursday's show.
Yeah, you can go over there and
They
listen to
allowed me.
Yeah, we allowed her.
Yeah,
Go
we
over
gave
there
her
and
the
listen to
platform.
the 40-minute conversation we had about Elite POV about FTR.
Jackie allowed us to listen to her, is what I should say.
She took over the show.
Her opinion, her voice graced your ears.
The Bulgarian boot.
No, Butte.
Oh, Butte.
Kyle.
Butte. Oh,
Sorry,
Kyle.
man.
Yeah, Jackie.
I'm Canadian.
Jackie decided to slum it with us on Thursdays to talk about FTR.
But anyways, folks. Oh, God, I got to get the background. I don't even have the background music going. God, I'm just all over the place today. What a hell of a show. But
Kyle, I do have good news to build
you
your
have good
spirits
news.
up.
Okay.
Yes, Ringside Collectibles has shared that there will be selling soon the TNT Championship.
Hey,
as a toy
let's
belt.
go.
So you
Now
can add
get
it to
in
your
my
background over there. It's the red one too. It's the Brody one.
Yeah, now
which is
get me
pretty
the
cool.
women's belt.
But in fairness to whatever toy company they use and Jeremy, they have changed that women's belt like 4 times. So if they don't make
You're
one
not
for a while,
wrong. You're
all right,
not wrong.
which one are they making? Are they making the original? Are they making the updated? Are they making the updated? That looks like the Gift of the Gods Championship. All right, it is. They got a long way to go.
Yeah. But
Just do it now.
Rampage last night was a really good episode. And Tony Khan, I swear to God, I mentioned this on Elite POV. They listen to our show because we've been mentioning it for weeks that they should be changing Rampage and making it a must-see show. What do? Tony Khan literally comes out on an interview saying that, we plan on making Rampage and doing a better job of booking Rampage, making it must-see. I'm like, y'all listening to us, aren't you?
Yep.
We're ahead of the game.
Yeah, anyways. So yeah, it was a good episode, and then they kind of advertised next week's Rampage. It's going to be a really big show as well because it's live. It'll be a special start time for you Eastern time people at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
So is it confirmed that they're doing Battle of the Belts after? Because I feel like
Yeah.
it would only be.
Oh, Maggie gifting a sub to him, Costin, to our channel.
Hi. Thank you.
Over there.
Thanks, Maggie, for the gifts and stuff. We love you. Thank you. Love the show, by the way. You and Rob do. Love that show.
Or the other way.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Rampage next week. I don't know about Battle of the Belts. I don't know if they're going to be doing that, taping like an after. Since Rampage is live, you'd think that they would do it after Dynamite, right? Because like, usually they tape Rampage after Dynamites.
I mean, I can find out. My moderators are going live to that.
Okay.
No, I can guarantee you they're taping it after Rampage, Battle of the Belts. They have to. There's no, because what the fuck are they gonna do with an arena from
Dark
9 to?
Sure.
That's what they did last time. That's what they did with the other live Rampage. They did Dark or Dark Elevation.
Yeah, but I
that's
think
interesting.
trying to avoid spoilers, they'll probably tape Battle of the Belts a day before it airs. You know?
Yeah, it is a smart thing to do. Yeah. Well, we'll see. But they have one match book with more on the way. They have Thunder Rosa defending the belt against Nyla Rose. Should be a great match. Can't really see Nyla Rose winning. Thunder Rosa has just begun her title reign. That would be very
Yeah,
weird.
we don't do that here. We don't switch titles like hotcakes
Yeah,
in this company.
I would flip this desk.
And Jackie would need a whole episode to rant.
and listen, before people take this the wrong way, not because we don't like Nyla, because we
Thank
don't
you.
like flip-flopping of titles. That's all. And we waited so long for Thunder Rosa, has nothing to do with Nyla, because Twitter is on one.
Yeah, don't go to
fucking
Ringside
recently.
News and say that
So-
POV hates Nyla Rose.
Yeah, we love Nyla Rose.
I do know what they're doing. Do you want me to tell you or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're filming it live the same day. So they're
As
filming it.
Rampage.
Yeah, they're filming Battle of the Belts.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. All right. Thank you, Hill. Appreciate that. But yeah, we're on the road basically now to Double or Nothing, which I have some Double or Nothing news to share that Insider Kimmy fill us in on. So folks, we have the lineup and schedule for Double or Nothing weekend and how it's going to go down. So this is a big weekend, folks. So we mentioned it before, even on Elite POV, that because AEW has only 4 pay-per-views a year, they build those pay-per-views up like they're a big WrestleMania event or a big SummerSlam event. That's what they do each and every single pay-per-view. So basically, it's going to be like a WrestleMania week each and every single pay-per-view. It looks like this is the schedule they might. I think this may probably going to be a trial and see how it goes. And if it's successful, they'll run it this way. So it's live Dynamite on Wednesday. The Ring of Honor pay-per-view on Thursday night. The Friday night is the live Rampage. Saturday is Fan Fest. And Sunday is a pay-per-view.
Oof.
So you have...
See, I don't
Sounds like
understand.
a lot of fun.
yeah,
I don't. It's so much fun, right?
No
Love
one's
wrestling.
sleeping.
Yeah, love everything that
5
AEW
days
does,
of
so
wrestling.
watch all that.
5 days
But
straight.
why can't they do Ring of Honor after FanFest? I don't know why they act like FanFest goes to like 11 o'clock at night. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a regular, do it all day, and then have, like they do with NXT.
I think because of the relationship that he has with Dana White. Like him and I guess Dana White are extremely good friends. It came out actually this week in an interview that that's what he looks forward to seeing as soon as he goes to Vegas. As soon as TonyCon visits Vegas, he hits up Dana White right away. Like that's his number one contact. He said it used to be John Moxley before he moved back to Cincinnati. Because I guess Moxley lived in Vegas.
Yeah, he lived in
Yeah,
Vegas.
for a bit, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think because there's a UFC event going on that night and it's a big one.
of course there is.
they're-
There's always a
they
UFC
don't-
event.
He doesn't want to counter program. And TonyCon most likely will be at that event in the crowd. So you
Like
know,
this, wired. Like
yeah.
Probably.
I haven't slept in 3 weeks.
Let him
I
get on
don't
the mic.
sleep.
Let him get on the mic and advertise the pay per view and have him scream at the UFC crowd.
Do the foot stomp and
9 hours.
everything.
9 hours from tonight. 9 hours from tonight. So my wife, Joe,
Do you want me to do it? I'll do it. Send Hook, and the crowd's gonna be like, who?
send.
Yeah. It's like, who the hell's this guy? Why
And
is
he
he
comes in the
cracked
ring
out?
and fucking wins the welterweight.
Why is he
championship.
coming out the Tragic Bronson, and why is he eating a bag of chips?
Action Bronson,
Action Bronson.
not
sorry.
Tragic Bronson. Action Bronson.
Funny enough,
It's like
Tragic,
the emo version.
Yeah, Tragic Bronson.
Tragic Bronson was
That sounds
actually,
like an E-Fed character I would make. He comes out with the emo hair.
so
Well,
funny enough. That
you know
was
what's being made now?
that was fun from a. I don't know if you Americans must have seen that show, Phil in particular. You remember the show Shaq used to run on TNT? I think it was TNT. It was Shaq and the Fool.
It's not a show. It's
or like a segment.
It's like a segment that he does on Inside the NBA.
So yeah, they were going over like bloopers, and I remember him like yelling like "tragic Bronson" one.
Oh yeah, no.
One time they stuck in my head.
Anyways. Yeah, no.
And shut up. Go away. Go do your Easter stuff, man. Why are you here?
Wow.
No,
You gotta be so aggressive.
Of course,
Kyle,
I say
Kyle,
something
you're in
mean.
Canada.
I say something mean. I get the lashing. As soon as Ant says something mean, it's like.
I didn't lash you. I
Kyle,
laughed. It
you're in
voice.
Canada. You represent. Apologize right now.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, we're moving on. There are some other news we got filled in on. We're not going to talk about. We're not. This is not a podcast of negativity, so we'll save those for.
Yeah, we're not
us.
a dirt sheet either. We're not trying to break news.
Yeah. So, but regardless of that, we got to talk about Rampage last night. They did a fantastic job with Rampage last night. I thought the whole show felt it flowed really nice. I thought there was in the middle. I don't know. I think we should start about what happened in the middle. I know Phil wants to talk about this because I think they need to do. And you mentioned it while we were watching Rampage, Phil. They need to do something right away to stop this, or else it's gonna ruin two people's careers.
Yeah. So we were hearing from the people. So one, to this day, it still blows my mind that they tape Rampage after Dynamite and it does not hit Twitter. Like some very few people tweet spoilers, which blows my mind. It shows you that the people that are going to these shows are big enough fans that they don't want to ruin it for everybody, or at least I don't see it on my timeline. I'm lucky enough.
They're around. They are around.
But my thing is, so we were hearing reports that during that promo with Sammy and Ty versus American Top Team, that there was massive boos for Sammy and Ty. And immediately, I don't know if it's the sound engineer in me, I don't know what it is, but
I noticed.
I immediately could tell the audio was different. And it bothered the hell out of me.
Rough.
And it took me completely out of it because you would hear at points the crowd cheer like loud for Sammy while it was on Dan Lambert, and you would see people in the crowd with their hands, like this, just like not caring. And then you would see Dan Lambert say something and you would hear boos, but you saw people giving a standing ovation. And it's like, I don't want this to fuck up Ty Conti's career. Now, Sammy's great, but he's had his moments, TNT champion, great matches. I think eventually he'll be fine because fans tend to be less harsh on male talent, let's be honest, right?
This is true.
Yep.
I just think that this is going to completely derail all the momentum that Ty has, very similar to the way that it did with Cody and Brandy when they were putting them in these moments where it was like, I don't care what Brandy said, whether you liked what she said or not, she could have cured cancer on TV and people would have booed her because they were already like, I don't like her and that's what it is. I don't like her for whatever personal reasons they have. And I feel like the same thing with Ty and Sammy, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it at all.
But it was confirmed. Antisocial Kim was the one cheering for Ethan Page. That's what we heard. It just came through our TV set.
Yeah. Well, we all cheer for
just
Ethan Page. But it's like it sucks when real life stuff affect how people view the show.
Yeah.
And even in a stupid way. It's not like Sammy or Ty did anything malicious or anything hateful. They just became a couple and are like lovey-dovey on social media. If you don't like it, don't follow them. Don't try to ruin their careers because you're mad.
It's bad that they had to do what they did with the sound. That's it's not going well when AEW doesn't do that. They're not known for messing with. They give you the genuine live reaction. It's not like that other company where it's like, you know what, not enough cheers. You know what, not enough boos. Let's pipe some in.
Anymore.
Yeah. They still do it. I'm convinced they still do it. A lot of that crap doesn't sound genuine to me. It sounds exactly like the track they played through the COVID era. Just saying. I'm a really good ear. I have a really good ear. I'm just saying.
All I know is that we got Mark from Chicago from 2K19.
Oh, he's still there. My man is front row at every EFED show, man.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's
everywhere.
He's like green shirt smiley. He's like the green, the
Brock
smiley,
Lesnar guy
face, or Brock Lesnar guy.
Brock Lesnar guy.
And the whole thing, and even beyond the fact that, like, as a big Ty Conti fan, I don't want to see her career go to shit because of stupid fans. But like, this is also keeping the TNT title hostage. And I don't like that. I love that Scorpio Sky is doing something different. And he's like, we're not doing the open challenge. Like, you have to earn a shot at me. But it's like, I don't want it to be Sammy so soon. Sammy already had, was a double champion. He already had great matches and a great feud with Cody on the way out. but like I want someone new. That was what that title
Yes.
always represented, and I want to see Scorpio wrestle and have these great matches. And maybe yes, talking to Carrie, you know, we were thinking that, you know, which it might come true talking to Carrie, but maybe Ethan Page is the one to take it from him, which would be great. But we need to kind of like push, because we're wasting our time with this Ty and Sammy stuff. That it's kind of hurting everything. And like Maggie was saying that the bit made her angry. She doesn't want to be angry while watching AEW, which is the truth. Especially at a Rampage where it's only an hour and it's like fucking go Sonic go. Everyone's running to the finish line and there's no entrances. Why waste our time with a promo that people aren't gonna like?
What do you
Yeah,
think?
even like the because like for example, I wasn't able to catch it live yesterday, but I caught it this morning, and unfortunately, that was the only thing that we skipped through because I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against them. All of them are phenomenal competitors. I just feel, and this is something that we talked about specifically with that, I can't remember her first name, but the Hart girl that got spat in the face a couple months back.
Oh, Julia Hart.
Julia Hart, yeah. So it is a storytelling concept that they're doing, but the thing is that it's just getting to a point now where it's the same thing over and over again. And there's nothing really interesting with it. You know what I mean? In my honest opinion, with those two, if people are starting to boo them, utilize that. Make them a couple that's like, you know what, we don't care what you guys think. We'll just do whatever we want. You know what I mean? Like, have them go against the audience now. Make them get booed. Make them become the heels then. Work with the momentum that the audience is naturally giving them.
What do you think, Jackie?
But so Jackie, to kind of build off of what Heel said, I know a lot of people hate Dan Lambert, so it's very hard to take even Ty and Sammy, who are getting actual heat for stupid reasons, to go against Lambert, because like people like Jackie hate Lambert with a fucking burning passion, so they're never going to cheer.
Or join him. Scorpio Sky, break them off. Join them to Dan Lambert.
That'd be a good idea.
I honest to God feel like everything that Dan Lambert has touched has turned to garbage. It's just one of those things where like anything that he's involved with, I'm immediately put off by it. I'm disinterested in it. It doesn't matter what's said. It's just like from one week to the next, he tries to be more edgy and controversial, but it's tasteless. And
I agree.
it gets to a point where it's just like, I don't want to see anything involved in it. I don't want to see Ty Conti become Sammy Guevara's sidekick. She's way too freaking talented in the ring, and has shown time and time again that she is capable of being a star in that ring. Let her work. Let her have her matches. I think Kyle brought this up with Adam Cole and Britt Baker, where we know they're a couple. We are all very well aware that they are together. They had them together on TV for that 1 week, and everybody was hyped. And then that was it. They dissolved it, and nobody's any worse for wear over it.
And no one
I don't
complained.
think that
No one's like,
complained.
we need more of these.
We need more of them. Let's get them back
it's
together.
like, yes, we can acknowledge it. We all know, like, you know, what's going on in people's real lives. We don't need to necessarily incorporate that into what's going on the TV screen, and certainly not in a situation where you have Dan Lambert who will say any inflammatory thing at any given point. It's everything that he touches is such a miss for me. Every way that they've tried to pivot him, it doesn't work.
I think there's one thing that does work with him, though. When it's not, like I mentioned before on the show, when it's not involving a female, I'm fine with it. He's when he was doing the stuff with Lance Archer, they were good promos. They were really good promos.
That was the least offensive he's ever been in his tenure.
That's what he needs to do
AEW.
with this team. They need to stop with the like. Sammy came off as so fake last night. Like, listening to his promo, I'm like, this is bad. Like, this is not the Sammy we've heard in other promos. This sounds just like a scripted, horrible Sammy Guevara. Like, that's got to stop. So they need to put a peg in this, have their match or whatever, just have it quickly, have it a Battle of the Belts so they can get rid of this. Have Scorpio Sky go on and have, like, I love when he's cutting these promos, he's talking about, like, he hasn't been defeated in singles action in over a year, right? Like, it builds to, like, his championship right now. So have that, but do that against other baby faces that, you know, like maybe he does. But I know he says he doesn't want to do the defend the championship, or maybe he brings in like if you defeat me, then you can get a championship shot kind of thing, right? But you do that against
Ethan Page.
I would say the fact that the TNT champion is the least talked about person in this segment is so bad. It's like he is the guy. and he is the least, involved person in this segment. We're talking about Ty and Sammy. We're talking about Dan Lambert. And then we're talking about Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
something is wrong with this.
It's not a good equation, and I do agree with you. There like when I first saw, like, 'cause I got introduced to AEW very late in the game, okay, but I've grown in love with it. Dan Lambert, at first, when I saw him doing a lot of the promos with the guys, it was like, okay, actually he's a bad guy, he's playing a good bad guy. A lot of people hate him. That's his job. That's the intention. But when I saw him kind of get introduced to like what you guys were saying with a lot of like the female talents and everything, it became kind of this is kind of a bad taste in my opinion. But regardless of the situation, the whole thing with this whole Sammy and Ty and it just end it. Like it's not an enjoyable if you're having to put sound over the actual audience that's there, you already know you're failing with this. So just end it. You know what I mean?
And my thing is, like, so Adam was saying in the chat, when's the last time a real life couple worked regularly on TV? Miro and Lana worked great in WWE. I think Kip and Penelope worked fantastically before Kip got hurt. It could be done. Our thing is, Ty and Sammy had their own momentum before they were put together on TV. And I think the perfect way to use them is the way they use Adam Cole and Britt Baker, to go back to that. When there is a woman involved in an Adam Cole storyline, absolutely, his real life girlfriend's going to come out and do something. But once that woman is removed, like once Statlander was removed from the Orange Cassidy thing and Cole moved on to Hangman, Britt was taken away from him, which is what we want. If Sammy's in a feud, if Sammy was in a feud with Kip and Penelope was there getting involved, then yeah, Ty Conti's going to be involved. And obviously she's in this feud because of Paige VanZant.
Yeah,
but
you know what? She's fine in the feud. Like, I would be okay with her in the feud. And this is kind of a revert back to what Jackie built off of what she said. It's almost like this could have been fine if Dan Lambert wasn't saying what he was saying, like all the misogynistic shit. Like, if he was just focusing on, just saying, like, if he just said, like, Paige VanZant is going to kick your ass, Ty, and that was it, fine. And then focus more on the feud at hand, Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky, and kind of just kept his promos geared towards them two, and just let the Ty and Paige VanZant thing play itself out. But them bringing in this crap that really, like, Tony Khan, you should be able to see the fan reaction, because he does clearly he's on wrestling Twitter from yesterday's stuff.
Yeah,
but you should see that it's not hitting. And what you've done so far with this company is you've listened to the fans. So if the fans are saying right now, we don't like this shit, cut it out. Stop putting it on TV. Don't let it get too far. Match. That could have been a whole nother match in that whole segment.
And like you guys were saying, is like the TNT champion is not being talked about here. And the thing is that you have to always understand, it's not the champion that makes the talent, it's the talent that makes the championship. And that unfortunately at this point in time, it's stalemating. So specifically for a championship, you don't want it to stalemate, specifically when you're in a segment where everyone else is more focused on the situations about other people rather than the champion. You know what I mean? Like, it just, at this point in time, you really got to come back to this and second guess or review this and be like, I think it's time we do a quick split and just go from there. I don't think the fans will care. If it just stopped next week, the fans won't care. Like, you know what I mean?
No, we're going to be like, glad. Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, like, the story here is clearly Ethan Page and Scorpio. I think there's going to be eventually a turn there. And if they took the idea that I said, where like Scorpio Sky was giving these chances to these baby faces, if they beat him, they then can get a title shot, but Scorpio just keeps running through them, and then eventually maybe like Ethan Page kind of costs Scorpio the match, and then he eventually leads to a babyface getting a title opportunity that kind of plants a seed for their split, and then eventually it's Ethan Page who will become a big babyface from splitting, right? If Dan Lambert and Scorpio Sky continue to be the ultra heels and ripping apart these fan favorite baby faces that Scorpio Sky just runs through.
Yep.
Eventually, you're going to get Ethan Page into a big babyface slot when he transitions and, maybe leaves them, and maybe he wants the TNT title shot.
Yep.
So the last thing I want to say about this, because I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. So like Lane, you just popped in saying you heard what you heard. We're not saying we hate Sammy and Ty. We love Ty Conti here. I'm a fan of Sammy.
Check out our interview with Ty Conti.
Right, like, we did a great interview with her. She's she's still my favorite woman on the roster. It's not that I want them off TV. I just want different style booking. That's it. Just
The
because I
big-
don't want their careers
Yeah.
to go to shit, and that's what I'm really afraid of.
This storyline is detrimental to their potential future.
Yep.
Is the
Yep.
main,
Yes.
the main concept here.
Mhm.
But we'll move on to the other parts of Rampage. We did have another Ring of Honor person appear on AWTV, so we had Willow Nightingale last night.
Yep.
This was an interesting match
Yay.
because of the fan reaction.
Thank you for the sub, Kim.
Thank you,
Yes,
Kim.
thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
So last night we talked about fan reaction with the whole Sammy and stuff. There's another interesting part where there was a different fan reaction. Red Velvet's been booked as a babyface for the longest time, up until last night where she got boos and she played to the boos, which is crazy. So it was a tough spot because the fans love Willow Nightingale, and there looked like there was a ton of Ring of Honor fans in the building this week in Boston because she got a massive pop, Willow Nightingale, and she was getting cheered for that entire match. And then as soon as Red Velvet won, you could notably hear the boos, and then Red Velvet's doing like the crying face, looking at the crowd. I'm like, oh,
Listen, and that is
Okay.
that is kudos to Red Velvet.
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
Red Velvet doesn't have that much experience. I know she was on the indies for a little while. But like kudos to her for being able to switch on the fly. I think that they need to start booking people like her on TV more often who
She's
can kind of
good.
roll with the punches.
She's
and
gotten
she's
really
good in the
good.
ring. Yeah, she has a couple of moments where you're like, all right, you took that move looked a little sloppy, or it looked like you were waiting for the girl to be in her spot
yeah.
so you can hit your move, which is fine. But like she does a lot of great stuff in the ring and her character work is great. But Willow Nightingale is like the 2022 version of Bayley, and I am all fucking here for it. Like I love her so much. She's so good in the ring. She's so different than anybody that's on the roster look wise, right? She draws your attention. You like feel her passion through the screen. She was great in Ring of Honor, right? And these AEW fans are loving her here too,
I
which
think
I
she's
love
going to
too.
stay. I really feel like she'll be part of the AEW roster of Ring of Honor.
But I
going
think she
forward.
should be, in the Ring of Honor side because we love her and she will be a great champion
Well, that's what
one
I
day
mean.
for AEW.
Technically, it looks like
but
you're
the
gonna
line
be,
is too long right
like,
now.
It looks like you're going to be signed to all. It looks like when they get things off the ground, because I read again yesterday that Tony Khan is in heavy talks with Warner Media to get Ring of Honor on TV. So as soon as that, I think, deal falls through, we're going to get a Ring of Honor roster, but it's going to be AEW contracted people.
Mhm.
So like they'll be all elite, but they're going to be on Ring of Honor. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there's.
Listen,
gonna
I am 100% behind getting behind a brand that your champions are Jonathan Gresham, Mercedes Martinez, because it's
apparently he's already
gonna,
signed. I read yesterday that if he's not signed right now, he's basically signed. Like there's an agreement in place that he's signed to AEW, which is fantastic.
Absolutely love it.
In that show, Tony Khan also mentioned, I think it was in an interview yesterday I was listening to, he plans on booking Ring of Honor the same way Ring of Honor was booked. He's like, I'm not looking to book it the same way as Dynamite or Rampage. I'm keeping that separate. That's going to be booked completely different. So
That's good though.
kudos
Good.
to that.
Because again, you want a different type of show, right? And we've talked about this before. Now the individuals who in ROH are getting a much larger platform to showcase themselves, and I think she played it off beautifully. And that's one of the things too, specifically when it comes to wrestling, you gotta listen to the audience. If the audience is now against you, if she played it, I didn't watch the match, unfortunately. Like I said, it's just I tried to check 2 matches during that show, but I did hear and I did check out highlights. But like if she's playing the audience and listening to them, that's a phenomenal move. You want to do that. That's the concept there.
Yeah, to be able to adapt like that.
No, 100% heel. You
Jackie, talk about Willow Nightingale, please. I want to hear your thoughts.
I love her. There's something about, the energy that she gives off. I know that we've heard the comparisons to like Bailey and everything like that. I try not to like draw direct comparisons necessarily, but I feel like she has an aura about her that has like this infectious kind of energy where it's like she goes out there, she's smiling and she reacts to that very well. I'm not sure how long she's been wrestling for because I'm not that well versed, but she looks really good out there, and I really think that she has this potential to be a great addition if they do choose to sign her directly to AEW, or if they keep her exclusively, more exclusively to Ring of Honor. But I think her crossover appeal is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to seeing more from her. And shout out to Red Velvet. Also, like you guys said, she had the ability to adapt for somebody who is relatively newer to, you know, being in ring and being on TV like that. You know, she does very well out there. And, you know, I think we all knew that she was going to be the one to go over and qualify for the tournament. My only thing is, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, I would love to see a qualifying match that isn't so obvious for the results going in.
Yeah.
I know these are just qualifiers
Understood.
and not actual tournament matches, but I would like to see a match both in the men's division and in the women's division where you're like, okay, I'm kind of on the edge of my seat. I don't know which way this is going to go, and just put that excitement back into it.
That or
Or
just
have an
surprise
upset.
us.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you could have had
surprises.
Willow win and been the upset, right?
I think we might start seeing that when the tournament does kick off. I think because now we have three women that are there's one more. No, now we have four. So there's 4 women in the tournament so far. It's Red Velvet, Toni Storm,
Jamie Hayter
Jamie
Hayter,
Hayter.
and Shida.
and Sheeta. So
Mhm.
that's
Hikaru.
4 big names that you know could all move on. But if they're facing each other, what if it's like a Jamie Hayter and Sheeta faced each other?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter's primed right now. They've been featuring her in like her solo self. Maybe she's primed to make it to the final. And they tease the Toni Storm
Yep.
and Jamie Hayter thing. I really would love Toni Storm to win the whole damn thing. I think that's the.
I
money
wouldn't
right
be
there.
upset if she didn't though, just because she just got here. So I'm sure that this tournament has been planned out months in advance. But you know, I think it would be a great moment for her. I mean, especially seeing what she said in the road to this week about how she wanted to quit. So
Yeah.
it would be pretty cool.
And then lastly, what happened on Rampage, which is really cool. We got to talk about. It's basically our thumbnail today. So Bryan Danielson had an opening match to start off Rampage, which was a really good match.
Against Trent.
Yeah, against Trent.
Really good.
They really killed it. They
Yep.
they had a very, very good match.
Can I just also give credit to Trent? The
Oh,
guy
yeah.
had fusion surgery, and he's already come back and competing at the level where he's competing at. I
Yeah.
don't understand how this man's done it. It's quite phenomenal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, 100%. No,
This is
100%.
really
I gotta,
talented
like-
guy.
I just got to give credit to that. And I never knew like Trent back like when he was the best friends prior to his injury and everything. So when I got introduced to him, it was like holy hell, this guy is phenomenal in the ring.
And then now
The psychology works well.
And now the main event, we had Yuta and Jon Moxley, and we knew like this was going to be the match that Yuta was really going to prove that he wants to be in the Blackpool Combat Club. And holy crap, did he ever over deliver? Like just from the get go, Yuta literally top rope dived over and attacked Moxley to start the match. And
Yeah,
Yep.
Kyle, you heard me like I audibly gasped at that moment. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I've only seen one other person do that, and he does that all the time, and that's Darby Allin. So like it's
Yeah.
nothing special,
Yeah.
but I was like, oh wait, that's Yuta. Yuta just took it to Mox before he even got in the ring, and man, did he ever bleed.
Yeah.
The shots
jeez.
that came out, the camera shots. People are so good with their cameras.
I think the best thing about this match was that since it was pre-taped on Wednesday, Twitter started talking about like it was a must-watch match. Like you have to watch this match. It is unbelievable. So obviously it's building the hype within 2 days, and you're like, all right, is it gonna live up to this hype? Because we know it's pre-taped, we know whatever. So if we know nothing like insanely crazy happens, because Twitter would have spoiled it. So like, is it gonna live up to it? And it exceeded all my expectations, right? It was just an absolute war. It showed that AEW is capable of creating new stars at the fucking, at that quickly, bro. Whenever they feel like it, because they tell these mini stories in the background that they let build over months and months. And then when there's time, this is where patience is key. And I know if I was a wrestler there, I'm the most impatient person ever. So I'm not blaming them for being impatient, but like when it hits so beautifully. That crowd was 100% invested in Yuta. They were cheering Wheeler Yuta over Jon Moxley. Like, let that sink in. Moxley's one of the most popular wrestlers AEW has ever had. People love him, and they were cheering Yuta over him. Plus, shout out to the refs for not stopping the match, because that was a fucking ton of blood
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
kind of scary at times because there's the one picture that I saw somebody take
It's just
where
a
Yuta's
fountain.
he's getting kicked and you see the blood coming out of his fucking head.
Yeah.
And you're like, how did they not stop this match? This is insane. But shout out to Carrie for being the first person on the Yuta train and getting me on early because Wheeler Yuta is the fucking man. And they showed yet again, you don't have to win to get over because he ends up losing this match. But the way he kicked out of the finishers and it took Moxley all that and more to beat him is great. And also,
kicked out of the. Who's the last person kicked out of the paradigm shift?
I don't know. But Yuta is officially in Blackpool Combat Club. It's in his bio on Twitter.
Wow. Really?
Yep. Yeah, somebody posted a picture of it today.
Yo, Regal, though. Him going in the ring and doing the whole psychotic act, I'm like, yes. Okay, so Regal is literally putting everything into this thing. Like, he's putting 100% of it. Like, just him, like acting like a psychopath with his eyes wide. Like, looking like freaking Tetsuya Naito with his one eye.
Honestly, for me, I wouldn't be upset if Rampage became the place where the Blackpool Combat Club competes. Like it honestly, they have phenomenal matches. They have great chemistry. They know the psychology inside and out of the ring and how to work the audience. If Rampage honestly became where the Blackpool Combat Club competes and also finds talents and tries to showcase, dude, I'd be down. I would be 100% down.
And now that this partnership with New Japan is becoming bigger, because now that New Japan World is showing AEW Dynamite and Rampage, which is a big freaking deal.
Love it.
I bet they're gonna build this faction up bigger, and like I think they're gonna go over to New Japan and face like a Bullet Club over there or some other faction. Like they need to go expand if they're gonna.
I want them to face Chaos. Isn't that the group that Okada's in?
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I want them to face.
Where the best friends were in, right?
Yeah, the best friends are also in Chaos.
The best friend are going to start bringing in people from that group. Yeah. You know, I'm talking about Trent and Chuck. I don't think Orange Cassidy be a part of that match. I'm sorry. We know we love Orange Cassidy, but his character doesn't fit the style.
No, put him in everything, bro. No, I'm the complete opposite. Put Orange Cassidy in everything.
No.
You're telling me you don't want to see Orange Cassidy?
No, because I want them to bring more people, more than just one guy.
No, I know, but can you imagine this? Can you picture this? Orange Cassidy starts off doing the Orange Cassidy thing, but by the end of the match, he's having this like war with Danielson or Moxley. That is just beautiful. Like,
we know
I want to see that.
We know he can deliver. Like, we know he can go in the ring, but you kind of have that little... He's the entertainment aspect, but then that's when you have Mox and Daniel completely just devour him, and then he goes to another level. Because like we've seen him to a point where he gets serious, and the audience flips for it. You know what I mean?
Kyle, you about to get beat up in Chicago, bro. Carrie is not happy with you right now.
Not having
oh my god, I didn't. You guys are taking it like I just said. Orange Cassidy's the worst character in the world, like Ant does. And I didn't say that.
Nah.
I did not say that. Let's stop changing my words that come out of my mouth. Y'all are just ruthless against me. I say one thing, y'all spin it right away.
I
just can't. You know what?
Straight. I haven't said anything
I'm
at
muting
all.
my mic. I'm going to be producer Kyle. I'm just going to be producer Kyle. I'm muting my mic. You guys talk.
But Jackie, talk about your second husband, Wheeler Yuta. Mutes his mic.
You know, it's funny because I resisted the whole Jackie Wheeler Yuta thing for so long, and now I feel like I kind of have to eat my words because, like I tweeted last night, Wheeler Yuta is that dude. This match it over-delivered in a perfect way. You know, we've been saying for a while that Rampage hasn't really felt like must-watch television, and this is the kind of stuff that I want to see booked. Not necessarily a bloodbath. That aspect of it was entirely its own thing, but just the must-watch feel of it. Yuta has become let's say from Mox's standpoint, since Mox has come back from rehab, he has been a total machine. The guy is, it's undeniable what he provides out there in the ring. But Wheeler Yuta has become that clutch guy. This isn't the first time that these two are fighting each other. You remember Yuta had to sub for Brian Kendrick when he was removed from the show, and he was like a last minute thing, and he held his own there. But this was a totally different side of Wheeler Yuta. And I think that if you weren't sold on him before, you're absolutely going to be sold on him now, because everything that he did in terms of his intensity just made it feel like he was really fighting to prove himself, not just storyline wise, but as an actual competitor. Like, I'm here, you're gonna know who I am, and you're gonna take me seriously. You're not gonna be able to say that I'm anything less than great. And I think that that was a hell of a, a moment for him to come out and show that. So I think that it may have been one of the best matches that I've ever seen booked on Rampage to this day.
He really built his character, and it just goes to show, like, you can, the moment you get that crimson, that red on you, like, it's what are you gonna do from here on in, and he just delivered. And I'm a big fan of strong style. Like, I'm a big fan of aggressiveness. I'm a big fan of seeing people, like, if they're gonna strike, they're gonna strike and make it sound as if you're slapping the living crap out of someone. And those two,
it is
phenomenal
wrestling.
on that.
It is competition. I was watching it with my wife last night, and she was saying things like, "Oh, like, this is brutal," and all this stuff. Like, and it's just like, you understand that this is a competition. Like, they are here to beat the fuck out of each other. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't watch with my wife. She's a nurse, and she would be going like, he has to clean that. But no, like, that's the thing, right? Like, when it comes to wrestling, like, we understand the concept of wrestling is planned out. We understand that. But, like, if you have absolutely phenomenal talents that can go from beginning to end and sell you out the concept of, ooh, like, this is legit, like, this is legit, then they're doing a phenomenal job. And I find the Yuta sold me. Like, I'm a Yuta fan now. You know what I mean? Like, he is an absolute amazing talent. I've seen a lot of good stuff he's on the ring. Yesterday was just another level that, for me, I'm like, I cannot hate this person. Like, he delivered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that was a very fantastic main event. Even, like, the part where, like, it kind of, like, Regal gave him the shake his hand of approval. I really would have loved if Yuta just slapped Regal in the face and then he accepted him in to the BCC. That would have been. I think that's what they missed. I think they kind of missed the boat on that. Because, like, it ties back to the beginning of when Yuta first wanted to join and they slapped him. Like, Regal slapped him across the face, right? So then now you tie it all together, and it's Yuta slapping Regal in the face and then him joining the BCC. So I really would have loved that, but regardless, it was awesome. He took the blood off his head and he wrote BCC on his chest, which was insane.
Epic moment. It creates an epic moment, and that's all fucking AEW does, and that's all we ask any wrestling company to do.
Like, I think they missed the boat on him not slapping Regal in the face.
Well,
it's not needed though. Like, it's not needed though.
Then they shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Well, no, but you look at, like, Regal. It's like saying you're gonna go slap the teacher or the mentor. You know what I mean? Like,
but knowing Regal's character, that would have fit. It would have been.
Hey, we don't slap professors here. All right, there's a lot of people on Twitter that would love nothing more than to slap Professor Fillion. Let's not give them the Will Smith pass to come on stage.
Adam, it wouldn't be a real slap. I'm sure they can do a slap where it could protect his neck. They're not gonna legitly go, okay, this is gonna be like the slap fighting championship that they have on ESPN 9. Slap me across the face.
Oh, those are crazy.
The thing for me is that they have massive respect for William Regal and what he's brought, and I understand William Regal is a tough son of a bitch. But I did not want to see you to slap him because it's a disrespectful sign to him now. And I know you're like, oh, it's not going to, but it is. Like, this guy is leading a new group that is
Combat Club. He slapped Yuta in the face.
I understand that.
How is it? It's not disrespect. That's just what they are.
I do agree with what Kyle is saying, but also I agree with Carrie in the chat saying, writing BCC in his blood made more of a statement, because it's like, I don't even need to smack you to gain your respect. That's how fucking badass I am. Like, and just the image of him writing fucking on it's just so goddamn cool. I love that.
I'll sit on my post all day. I'll say they should have slapped. I'm not getting off.
And you're not wrong for that. You're not wrong.
I'm gonna slap you when I meet you one day.
Good. There you go. Oh no, that's offensive.
Listen, I would not take a slap from heel. So good fucking luck.
I'm already getting one from Jackie in Chicago. So who cares?
Listen, I grew up with a Spanish mother who beat the shit out of me all the time. I'm sure I can handle Jackie. I'm not going toe to toe with fucking Revo, okay? And you're running away from him.
I'm not even getting a hand from Jackie. She's bringing the chancla with her, and she's gonna give me a.
Listen, I got hit with
yeah.
chanclas
You suggested it, so the chancla's coming with me.
I got hit with an ironing board. All right, explain to me how that fucking happened.
That's
my god.
Who gets hit with
off the air? I need to hear that story.
Me too.
Who gets?
I got a knife thrown at me. It is great growing up with Spanish.
Well
parents.
then.
Okay then.
Anyways, guys, that's pretty much the thing for Rampage. Again, great episode. If you guys missed it, go back and watch it. Next week is gonna be live, so it's shaping up to be a really good
7
Rampage.
p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
Remember
for
that.
Eastern people,
it is at
so
a special time.
Wherever you guys are in your own time zones, adjust to what Eastern is. I guess 'cause we're all Eastern here.
And it's worth it. Hangman versus Adam Cole in a Texas death match.
Yeah, and it'll be over by 8 o'clock. There you go. You can have the rest of the night.
Beautiful.
But
And
then
that'll be the only
miserable
match.
watching SmackDown.
I saw people tweeting. I'm like, okay, I kind of like. They're like, just give the full hour to Hangman and Adam
True.
Cole.
Not be opposed to that.
I mean, or even just give them the full half hour. If you want to just do stuff in the first half and then the second whole 30 minutes, Adam Cole and Hangman, I'd be fine with that. I mean, it's a world title fight. It's Adam Cole's first world title match. Why not?
Actually, two of my mods, Raylan and Blinder, are going to go see it. They actually saw Adam Cole and not Adam Cole, sorry, Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson, the 60-minute original one they had. They saw that live too.
Wow.
They've been given some good treats.
They're
and matches
blessed.
to watch
To see
live.
too, which we were very lucky to see too.
Oh,
So England would be 5 hours ahead, Adam. So
yeah.
12 midnight for them, which is better than 4 a.m.
Yeah. That's why European fans are better than us, because they have to, like, if I had to wait to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch wrestling, I would not watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
watch New Japan.
dedication.
Yeah, dude, I don't watch New Japan just because, Wrestle Kingdom starts and it's 2:30 and it's like, oh my god, bro.
Well, they get a Wrestle Kingdom at a good time because we have to wake up at what, like 5 a.m. to watch Wrestle Kingdom. Them, it's like
No, 3 a.m., bro.
3
I've
a.m.
done it
for
before.
Wrestle Kingdom. Okay.
So funny story. I don't know if I've ever told you,
So
Kyle,
8 a.m.
but
for
I've
them.
definitely never told Heel. When we used to do Rant with Ant, with me, Ant, and G-Rod, when it was Kenny versus Okada the last time when Kenny won, I watched the entire show and fell asleep at the main event.
Oh.
I woke up. This is literally, I'm not even kidding. They're walking out their entrances, right? Kenny and Okada. And I fell asleep. And I woke up to Ant and G-Rod to go, all right, cool. We're going to get this podcast ready because we went live right after. And I was like, I'm going to be honest, guys. I need a minute. I fell asleep.
Oh my.
Oh, that's
Way to go.
That's insane. If no one's ever seen the trio of those matches, guys, go back. Those are some of the greatest wrestling
That's
matches.
the matches that made me fall in love with Kenny.
Yeah. And one was an hour draw, so there's still a rubber match to be had.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Those two delivered remarkable matches. I can see them being in pain after those. Holy hell!
It'll happen. It has to happen
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're gonna run that rematch back.
Oh yeah. Well, now
By the way, I'm just happy to see that Kenny is healing up. Like
Yeah.
the guy performed the way that he performed with
Kenny.
injuries. I am
And vertigo.
so happy. I'm happy to see him actually healing up, and I can't wait for his return.
And I'm happy to see that the company is thriving without him being here.
That's
Like,
the thing.
are you kidding me? Like,
They don't
Kenny
need him.
Omega is the biggest star. Well, besides Roman, let's be honest. But Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world. Okay, and the company has not missed a beat. Right? They're shifting that to other people. We saw the reaction FTR got on Wednesday. We see the reactions that's a lot of the women are starting to get, like Thunder and Britt Baker and Sheeta and Serena got a big pop. So it's just great to see.
All I gotta say is that when you have a company that's able to actually take places of large talents and still not miss a beat, you know you're doing something right.
I will say
how
this
it is.
though, and I don't know if Nate's still in the chat. I need more House of Black. Every episode, I need a promo. Every
Right there.
episode, I need something. I need more House of Black. Give me some Buddy Matthews singles matches. Give me some, if only to hear the Kings of the Black Throne theme, because that is the best theme of all their themes. I listen to it all the time, right? I need more House of Black.
Yeah. Please just, and like we said on Elite POV this week, please do something with this Julia Hart storyline right away. Like it's got to be next week. You gotta have, if it's a promo, you gotta have Malachi Black tease about a female or something. Like now that you've put face paint on her, you've got to start doing it every week. Next week there can be there cannot be no sign of
what's going on.
of what's going on at all. You have to
At this
hit
point,
next
they
week.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, since this episode's theme is pissing Kyle off, can we start booking Abaddon more, please? Abaddon and Sunny Kiss, can they get some TV time? Because
Yes, I
I
got my
miss seeing
Sunny
them on TV.
Kiss shirt on.
You know,
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's great. Yeah.
I do agree though. That Abaddon would have been the perfect female for them to pick, like a zombie that Malachi Black. can control.
Honestly, I think the perfect pick would have been Bunny.
Or Bunny. Yeah.
Because no one in House of Black is like that, like, you know, like that character wise. Like Malachi is like the devil, but he's not like acting like the devil. Like Abaddon's like a zombie. You know what I mean? I think that's a little bit too far. But I imagine like the Bunny character with the mask being super creepy with House of Black. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would have been. I think that could have hit too. But we'll see. Maybe we'll be eating our words, right? If they pull the thing on Julia Hart and or maybe
my only fear for this Julia Hart stuff is that it is way too similar to Alexa Bliss and The Fiend. You're taking this blonde, this pretty blonde girl, and I know Alexa Bliss was like a mega heel, but you're taking a pretty blonde and turning her evil.
I don't think they'll do the same though.
And they're taking way too long for it. I honestly, at this point, I don't care.
Jackie, what do you think as the heart and soul of the show?
Oh, here we go. As the Julia Hart and show of this, no. I have tried very hard to be patient, and I'm willing to be patient. And we talked about this on Thursday, where I've been kind of pacified by the fact that there's so many other, great storylines going on that I can let that take a backseat. But at this point, we have had her on Dynamite. You show the face paint coming out from under the eye patch. It is time to put the pedal to the metal and let's start seeing some real results for this and real direction for where this is going.
My thing is, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but I have to absolutely agree. More House of Black, how I feel about that. Put them on one segment in every episode, and I'm totally cool with that.
So we got Bravo in the chat saying, I believe in a slow burn, but this is too slow. Turn Julia now. This is where I wish wrestling was more like real sports, or at least more like, actual TV shows where it was like, hey, listen, the reason this is taking so long is because actually somebody requested time off or there's an injury. So, that's where I wish we could get more of the inside of what's going on. I know there's like kayfabe, you don't want to kill it, but like, hey, Malachi asked for time off. That's why we're not seeing House of Black as much, or like Julia has an injury that we're waiting for it to heal, or we're waiting for someone to come in, or
it's kind of like do like what Paul Heyman used to do in ECW when he came to tell to the audience and express and tell them this is what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not here because he's injured. This person's doing this because of this.
Yeah. Just because like it was like Miro, right? Like we know Miro was injured at first. Jackie, thank you for gifting us something to Ant. It's hilarious,
wow.
Right?
You can choose.
So
you can pick someone random in the chat and click their name and then gift a sub to them.
But I like it to be totally random.
Well, this doesn't make any sense, this one.
I love that it's always Ant. That pops me every time.
Just pop the boys. Just pop the Ant.
Jackie,
Sorry,
I will not continue. I will not continue arms folded until you pop the boys.
Pop the boy.
Okay, we're good.
Wow. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed our talk about Rampage. We're live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time for Good Morning Elite when I do have the proper layout up, but I put the logo in the top right so you know it's the show. But regardless of that, guys, make sure if you want to support the show, you can do that in multiple ways. One is patreon.com/ElitePOV. Multiple tiers for you guys to support the show in any way. It's much appreciated. We have exclusive shows on there like Top Girl Talk, AW Fan Origins, Nerdy Elite, 10-second count. There's a lot of stuff on there exclusively for you guys to enjoy and more on the way. So that is one way you can support the podcast. Another way is our merch store, our beautiful merch store that's been updated with some more merchandise with more on the way as well. That is ElitePOVmerch.com. You have shirts like the I'm an Elite POV guy, I'm an Elite POV girl design, Pop the Boys design.
And listen, guys, in regards to the guy-girl shirts that we have, we are all inclusive here. If you guys want us to release a I'm an Elite POV person shirt, we will gladly do that. We're going to put that up for you guys. If you guys don't want to say it in this chat, you can message us privately. on either the Elite POV account or us individually, and we'll get that shirt up there for you guys.
Yes. You don't need a coffee cup to have a coffee as well. Good point, Phil. Thank you. And then baby faces have no friends. Again, with more on the way, we're in the works of designing right now a microphone entertainer shirt. There's another design I'm creating on is IWC Internet Wrestling Croutons shirt.
Yes, though. yes, I want that.
I cannot believe that got over in that way. That's insane.
But yes, guys, anything funny that happens on this show, we're just like the AEW company. It'll probably be a t-shirt, so stay tuned. But you guys can follow the podcast on social media on Twitter at twitter.com/ElitePOV, Instagram.com/ElitePOV, and on TikTok. We're releasing more TikTok videos. TikTok, you can search up Elite POV Clips, CLIPS, at the end to find us on TikTok. You can find Phil on there. Phil has a lot of cool TikToks and some other stuff on there, so go follow him as well. But I'm going to let the panel tell them where to follow them on social media as well, guys. So we'll start with the man I just mentioned, Phil Cataldo. Let him know, my friend.
You guys can follow me on social media at Philly and Poppy, but more importantly, I need you guys to make sure tonight you are watching the AWF pay-per-view in your house. Kyle and Ant have done some incredible work booking the show. We've seen kind of clips of what they're planning on doing tonight. There's a great road to on their YouTube channel. Make sure you watch it. I saw Kid Million in the chat, right? You beat me last week and you got booked on the card, and I didn't make the card this week, right? Adam, Phil the TikTok entertainer that just popped me. But please make sure you guys watch and you support them. Also support Heel's E-Fed that he does, FWF. It is incredible.
Look at that title on the wall.
He got the title on the wall. He's real. He's really about this life. And Kyle and Heel do some tremendous work in E-Fedding. If you guys don't know, we talk about it all the time, but the E-Fed stuff is so much fun. And lastly, before we go to someone else, go to my Twitter page. It is my pinned tweet. We are raising money to support a great friend of the show, Nate, for his surgery that is coming up. Make sure you go to donate that GoFundMe. And if you don't have any money to donate, it's okay. Just please share the link. Thank you.
And I was going to say that it is because of this man here that I'm going to let talk next. Heel is reason why me and Ant started E-Fed, because we came across his E-Federation, watched his E-Federation. He gave us the idea and basically the courage to start our own and to do this kind of stuff. So I do want to thank Heel for again.
Much love,
if it wasn't for you, man, we probably wouldn't be doing this stuff. So I'll let you take the floor now.
So for me, if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Heel Please Heel. I'm a streamer as well, so I do variety gaming and sometimes primarily CFDs. But yes, I do have my own E-Federation referred to as Fierce Wrestling Federation. That's FWF. We are on Thursdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. EST. We also have our own YouTube dedicated channel that we're going to be doing FWF Legacy. That's going to be happening on 5 p.m. EST on Wednesdays. I know AWF has their in their house. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to become their brand new champion. But regardless of that, you guys can follow me on Twitter at FWF Strong and also at Heel Please PLS Heel on there. And fun times.
Listen, and what Heel is talking about, his feud, Revo versus Gemini Love, is a masterpiece. Good. It is their promo battles against each other have been tremendous.
It's been fun.
The work that Ant put in with that song gets me high. I've watched the promo I'm gonna reel by myself. I've watched that promo about 1 million times. Like it's so well done.
Times?
One thing we always say specifically for the Z Federations, when you guys provide us promos, like even for mine, for theirs, and even for because I know you have your own promo coming up too at All Valley Pro Wrestling. But regardless of that, like we have, if you guys do promos, it helps us tremendously because we can hype you, we can build you, we can go do the storylines,
the video packages,
the video packages. It has.
Listen, we all love wrestling. A lot of us wish that we were wrestlers. All right, if I looked like Wardlow, I'd gladly be a wrestler. Okay. But I look like me, and I'm short like me, so I'm not jumping off no top rope. But
it hurts when you do.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
You know what's funny, Heel? Because if you win tonight, you can just cut promos with that World Heavyweight belt, because that's basically our belt. Almost looks like that. So there you go.
This one, right?
Yeah.
The big gold belt.
I know. I'm well aware.
Yeah. But lastly,
Jackie, tell us about
certainly
your
not least. That's right. Jackie, tell us about your E-Fed.
Tell them about Cash Wheeler Pro Wrestling Federation.
Guys, I can't. You can follow me on Twitter at LoveYouMake24, and you can follow me on Instagram at JaxTheDrawPOV. And speaking of E-Fed life, your girl Jax undefeated right here, women's champion. We'll see if she's still undefeated after tonight.
Yep.
But I'm just gonna echo the sentiments of everybody. Alliance Wrestling Fed, FWF. I never thought I would get into E-Fed stuff, but it's just so entertaining, so much fun. These guys put a ton of work, super creative. So if you got some free time later on this evening, go follow Alliance Wrestling Federation and go watch in your house. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Exactly. But guys, thank you guys for all tuning into the live chat, watching the replays back, and downloading on audio. You guys are all our favorites. Thank you so much for that. And so we're going to end off the show, guys. And remember, like always, you don't need to have a coffee cup to have a coffee. Take care.
This is the water.
It's empty.